great setup between the Bane and the Lina, like Nightmare into Light Strike Array, and they're going to go for a bigger hitter. So the Monkey King, a lot better against the Tanada straight up.
If you meta here, they're just going to immediately gush, and they have 3 different abilities in this lane that deal magical damage, so much trouble.
This top lane looks so weird. So you got Rivalry US to, not Rivalry, MP, not their sponsor. Oh, they got him. They got him. Zephyr had such a fantastic game last time around, but Ice will claim him as first blood this one. The ES, he finds an Invis rune, he might spoil the entire thing. But they've cursed him up. Looks very, very juicy on Tigers. Now the jump out. Ice. Well, he's going to gush over on 1437, and with the arrival of DJ, Jabs does drop low. But it ends up just being a 1-for-1 trade-off. Try on the bottom.
And Abed, one of the... He reminds me a lot of S4 in that he never really loses a lane, and most of that is just because of excellent creep control. He's almost always got it on his hill instead of the enemy, and it keeps him safe from rotations like this.
DJ rotates in towards the mid, but you've already got the big buff up over on Wonderkid. He didn't actually have enough time to just sit back and throw out the Boundless Strike and get a really good hit, and 1437 stun. Wasn't ready for DJ to arrive either.
Arcane's already on the tide. Wow. Ice is farmed.
Wonderkid's rotating over. He may be looking for that 5-minute bounty rune, not to mention he'd be looking for the 5-minute shrine if they were going to go for that kick. Oh, he'll get the bounty, but does he get out of this one? Slapped down, trying to get closer towards Jazz, but he's having trouble. Space created. 1437 able to connect on the stun, but it won't help. Jab still gets the +2 on the Monkey King.
That is
very deep.
That's one of the reasons you don't want to rotate as a mid player. Utilize the nighttime to go get wards down. You don't see a lot of tier 2 teams do this, but all the good ones, they make sure that at night they will see the day.
Yeah, and they're even going to TP over the Arc Warden, so
clone too.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Came in with the clone, but it's still enough damage to ensure you can get to the very end, and they do actually get the Reaper Scythe off. 30 seconds on the sideline for Axe. They're pinging out, like 1437 is pinging out, saying like he's pinging the cliff. That's exactly where that Dire Observer Ward is.
And they're bringing 3 heroes bottom, but this is a Ravage Tidehunter, folks. This might not be your play.
That's why they're just jumping over the top of him, trying to avoid it, but there's double TPs on the way. It's the clone of Arbet, but it won't stop Wonderkid from one getting the slap down, but then he goes in for the Wukong. This may not be enough to survive, not unless a Light Strike Array creates more space. He almost kills DJ.
Almost only counts with horseshoes and hand grenades. That's how we learn to communicate.
I didn't get a lot of lessons in horseshoes and hand grenades back in Australia, sorry.
Well, we don't... if there's one thing I hope to see before I die, it's the metric system adopted by every country in the world. I think I'll be disappointed though.
Yes, Fahrenheit users. Monkey King's bouncing up towards the top, looking to try and contest up that 10-minute rune. One more hit onto Jabs. He's got the big slap down. He can just get one more hit. He knows it, but Jabs through the trees. One more hit. Wonderkid can reach it, but support for Core again. How many times must we see this trade-off?
Got the catapult taken over. This is why I love this item on Tide. You just... It's the same with the Baden, really. You turn a hero that does apply a lot of pressure into finally you can actually apply tower damage as well.
Silence is in trouble. Jump forward, Jab just walks right underneath the Observe Ward, and there's little to nothing he can do about it. No teammates are nearby. Instead, they're smoked up as MP as well as DJ looking for a gank. Heading towards the Terrorblade, thinking maybe he's farming up inside the jungle, and that's exactly where he's backing off to. Just as Metamorphosis will wear off, they put down the Observer Ward, and just watches his area. Perfect roll in, gets the silence in. There's no Sunder, and that's 48 seconds worth of death. Ice really doesn't care. He's keeping the catapult in the trees as he attacks the bottom tier 2 tower. There will be a semi-trade-off, but the push is nowhere near as strong for Tigers. They have to bring Monkey King up here, and then they look for even more battles, and that's the Bane. Kind of in no man's land, trying to use the Nightmare to dodge the Spark Rays that were flying his way. They're now Tide, begins his TP forward. The Monkey King, silenced up, can't jump away, can't even get the Boundless Strike to connect.
Yep.
Not that Moon cares that much. He's got one creep with him, and he'll just keep soaking up the entire wave as it comes his way. And if anything, it actually kind of makes a triple stack wave.
Yep.
But it also isolates the Axe. He wants to try and survive, able to get that bonus movement speed thanks to the battle hunger that's down, but he's surrounded by everybody, and with the Reaper's Scythe.
Oh, man.
75 seconds dead. We're 15 minutes into the game. That's a pretty heavy commitment into overwhelming team fight. I suppose at this point, there's been no real pressure to even like make Ice worry that needs to buy a pipe or any kind of sustain for his team. They have that in droves through the Necro too, and will Spark Race do the job?
Yep, welcome to Bane vs. Arc Warden. Your life is miserable.
Always something to take the nightmare off, always freedom. One of the kids thinking about initiating in on the bottom lane, but when you see the mass TPs arrive, he does not want to jump this. In fact, he's going to throw the Boundless Strike onto MP, as well as Jabs, trying to create a little bit more space. But with the Global Silence out, they find a target. It's the Terrorblade over him, the trees, the Ravage won't hit him, but the Reaper's Scythe will.
Just so easy for Fnatic. They have such a massive magic damage advantage. And sure, Bane, Monkey King, they're outside the base, but what influence are they really putting out on the map when creep waves are just heading towards their towers at all times? Look mid.
Yep.
Look at Lina. Oh, no.
It's even more. Like, they know there's no one behind Lina, because at some point, that Observer Ward got inside the Radiant base. They see everything as far as the defense goes, and...
yeah, why not? There's no real D push once that Lina's dead. There's no cheap spells. He's going to buy back because he realizes, look, I'm the only one that can actually shove this lane for free.
BKB is now completed for the Terrorblade, so he's got a little bit more of a chance to stand and not just be disabled by the Ravage. They need Moon as well to have the same thing, and that's what Moon's farming into. And this may be the other primary reason why Tigers are just trying to delay this game as much as they possibly can. Goodbye, Bane.
And what have I talked about over and over and over? The top tier teams on Dire, this is the area of the map they play. Top Radiant Shrine. You will collect a free kill every minute or two from the supports who are desperately just trying to establish vision.
Oh,
and it controls
jump up,
Roche.
jump down, perfect. With the drag back of the rock, the trees just get destroyed. Jabs is here to ensure the kill, and Monkey King overstayed his welcome. They obviously had already used Reaper Scythe before.
Yep. Who has bought back with all pushing bottom. The rest of his team considering joining him. They'll take those bottom bounties, but Fnatic don't really care. They're continuing to expand upon their lead.
Yeah.
This is really cool play from Fnatic. They push mid, the clone's bottom, shoving that lane out, and now it's simple. Just collapse towards top. Or bottom. You choose.
Oh, they're gonna find the Lina. So Jabs silences him up. The Line Striker Array will be able to connect him by a little bit of space, but the Reaper Scythe is going to do its work. 2 minutes?
No buyback.
No buyback and dead for 2 minutes. Alright, sure. They don't see, so they start their push. And Arc Warden is very iffy about this. Remember, he's the Aegis carrier, but they're wrapping all the way around the back. But Necro still up the hill. They get away. The Ravage. It'll blow out. He'll catch him as well. The jump in. The secondary Ravage. Terrorblade stood no chance. Monkey King at least got the BKB off. But now he's just on the run. The BKB doesn't do anything. And Ice body blocks him. Shoves a melon in his face. And they'll get 3 heroes out of this. 3 heroes without buyback.
What a
the Lina is still
fight.
dead from the previous Reaper's side, and this will be a mid lane of Rax.
They saw the Monkey King tried to cast ult, silence on top his BKB. He's worthless. The TB's dead. What now, folks?
Yep. Really, what now? No Metamorphosis available. But you know the next fight's on the way. It's just these really aggressive Observer Wards for the position of Tigers, which is not aggressive at all.
Hey,
and Reaper's Scythe, goodbye. Hey, at least it wasn't a full 2 minutes this time around.
And they know Lina won't have gold for buyback because they saw the Ags purchased. They can play very aggressive here. There's no real need. I mean, at any point, Ice can just be like, all right, guys, I'm done.
The double 4-star pushing Arbed's clone into the back lines. He's still got the Mana Style on it too. Such heavy damage. Moon has to call once again. And he's losing so much life. A blink into Ravage and Moon is dead. And in fact, MP just... the Nightmare! It saves him! No, it doesn't. Jabs was still in range. Ravage number 1, Ravage number 2, and GG well played comes out while they're still up in the air. Fnatic, it is a very well-deserved win here in Game 1.
Yep, this is one of my picks for top 4 at this tournament, almost for sure. They've done nothing to demonstrate that they shouldn't be in that.
They looked a little rough this morning. No, they didn't even use the extra time. They had almost 2 minutes left over, and we get the Meepo the other way around.
Wrap it up. We done. I've made this mistake before.
Oh my god. But MP, like, he's even got Geminate attack, and Moon tried to time the Spike Carapace. Just burns a little bit of mana, but burns the cooldown more than anything else. And focus. The Wraith Fire Blast makes all the zombies, and he actually gets the extra hit. And sure, why not? First blood to DJ on the off lane.
The Carapace into Stun is also how he'll be able to actually kill Meepo and Weaver throughout the game. Mana Burn's a very, like, alluring, but yet utterly deceiving point to pick up.
Oh, the Brambles are down. He's running through almost every single one.
Yep.
And say goodbye to Zephyr.
Nothing you can do about that. And look at Abed once again. Look at where his lane is. If this is controlled by Tigers on their hill, he doesn't get anything out of this lane. But because he's so awesome at utilizing his creep aggro, like, he's getting 2 or 3 CS every wave in a 2-on-1 scenario. And oh, goodness.
Managed to get the nets off. They interrupted the first proof, the second, and no, didn't actually get the second proof off. There would have been enough damage to kill off 1437, but with the Splinter Blast and the slow from the Arctic Burn, they have the control required. But Arbez dropping down very, very low, and Luna, they're going to be concerned about her level 2 Lucent Beam for that one low Meepo. Obviously, it skyrockets more as he goes up in the levels.
He's okay.
Taking the poof. With a Splinter Blast, they get the initial slow. The Earthbind's a little bit off target. Nightmare. Rotations coming in from the Io, but that's the reason why Jabs takes the Nightmare off him. And, well, not enough control, except the fact that Winter Wyvern has given his life for Abed.
Well played by Jabs, immediately taking the sleep.
Got Eclipse, but they need to isolate away from the creep wave for this to even have any chance of working.
Wraith King factor.
Well,
Luna, this is this the play?
I don't know if this is the play, but all of them almost, and he does actually kill off Abed. The glaive attack bounced up through the trees, I believe it was, to get the last hit on the weakened Meepo.
Did he get off? No, he got 3.
He got 3. He got 2 on the one and 1 on the other. Top lane, Mirana, 1 charges with the Starfall. Ice will fall, but he has Reincarnation. So back to the world of the living, and they look just to turn into the 2 supports. Io has some level of regeneration, but now when Jabs arrives, they get the secondary slow over towards the Io. Not to mention, you had the extra connection of the Splinter Blast. While this was happening, Moon got himself a solo kill on Weaver on the bottom lane. So I would say tit for tat, but it's 3. There's 3 tits for 1 tat.
Moon's doing an excellent job bottom, just dominating.
Wow, they just keep him controlled. They don't even see.
It's nothing to do with the cores. They're fine. What does Wisp Bane do? Look at them. This was your opener. And you have absolutely no game. And my biggest concern with the Wisp is when your other support has no method of push. You have no wave clear on either support now.
They fortify up on top. Great Fiend Script 1437 wrapped around the back end. They just won the last hit in the tower. But, well, it will actually be the last hit in the tower coming in through the... I don't know, it was denied by Mirana. Take it all back. Meanwhile, Bane isolated underneath. The Harpy, whose accent can still be questioned, 9 HP. Io, that's what Io does. Stays alive this way. DJ then brought down. Wonder Kid gets the double kill on the Mirana.
That was a mess up by DJ. He missed his attack there from his Shadow Realm. I love watching teams that balance out the cores. You have the Reincarnate Wraith King can survive just through sheer tank ability. Meepo with the shuffling. And then Weaver can time lapse.
The curse, it's out on Io. Mirana currently killing his support. They got the curse crown as well for the double stuns. And then Wonder Kid gets hit up by Roshan, but DJ.
But Meepo in the jungle.
Yeah,
found him.
Meepo in the jungle is in trouble.
Wow.
Those 4 Wraith bands are not enough to protect him. I let Meepo farm up with the Ancients and the 2 camps there and then bounce towards the mid lane. But for the moment, you're not seeing Tigers letting up. They want to attack in towards the mid, even without the Vendetta. Moon still wants to come in close, able to connect the stun onto Jabs. DJ's in the neighborhood, but wait for these Meepos to start arriving. Ice TP's in towards the mid lane. His Reincarnation is back up again, gets the stun over on Moon, while Jabs protects himself inside the cold embrace. These supports need to do a little bit more as the Lucent Beam. It does manage to get the kill over onto the Winter Wyvern, but a 3-hero swarm able to connect. They're trying to get it off Moon Meander. They will be able to do so with Vendetta. He's running away, still visible thanks to the dust, but...
And this is where you want to be as the Luna. You will be the hyper carry of this game. It's actually a lot of pressure on Fnatic to be more active soon.
They see him. The Earthbind will be able to connect, and this should be a kill with a second Earthbind underneath the sentry ward. And Abed, some much needed money coming his way. It's not really the hero they want to have, the one that's available, which is Ice.
Next fight is critical.
But Luna,
in this game.
Yeah, they kind of left Luna by herself. While they smoke and they head south, they want to wrap around the mid. But Fnatic have gone for their own smoke and they want to kill the Luna. She starts to TP, terrorize, flies forward, it cancels it, sending the IO back as well. A perfect Bramble, then the follow-up Curse Crown. That's actually going to time out, mainly because he's already dead.
It was a cool move set up by 1437 and Tigers. They just got punished by that.
But it's fine. They've already got Roshan. Bane can't do anything about this. He comes in close to Nightmare's one, but then the Bramble flies out. 1437 able to tiptoe around it. And they find a better target. It's actually the Mirana. Cursed up. So much damage onto Wonderkid. He'll still be able to kill off the Winter Wyvern. Cold Embrace won't do anything. But the return kill is onto Moon. Fnatic are taking the tier 2 tower up on top lane. So this is the trade-off that Tigers are having to accept. More spirits come out, so they see jabs. Your Cold Embrace, the arrow, it falls short. It doesn't even get the stun out. So Jabs lands the curse over on the Bane, wants Eye to finish him off, and because Mirana leapt in, he may even find the kill. 1437 so low, but he does not die.
Hashtag space created, Tobes. That is no problem.
At a level 2, so he's very happy for this to pop if they can find an initiation out. Nightmare, the timing's a little bit wrong. Now the fortification kicks in. But up on top lane, Ayu is so low, top. And they're actually going to TP over. If they can get this kill onto Luna, Moonlight Shadow will provide some level of protection. Ayu jumps over with the curse. Actually, it's the E-play pop. He saved him from the curse, and then the push. He saved him from nothing. That had to be a bit of a troll. Throw out the curse. The E-blade came after the curse had already hit.
And he just clicked it because it would have been a sure kill on the Wisp. He was already so low. Wyvern, you know, there's no reason not to use your spells to ensure those kills.
Quick follow-up. That's a Bane. His life's a living hell.
Yeah.
You could say a nightmare. Like, exactly. we were talking about the fact that Tigers committed a hell of a lot of time and a lot of resources to ensure they could try and shut down this Meepo, and they still have managed to stop him from escalating. And this was our bigger concern when we saw the draft. Now, smoke breaks, Jabs, he's got the Winter's Curse, who's to go over on, as the Terrorize makes it impossible for Eye to escape. The Splinter Blast just shatters him out, but Jabs is still there. He gets the curse off. Both supports will be deleted at the start of this fight, and the secondary one, because Luna had to stand her ground and fight it. She had no choice. She was cursed.
And they know the creeps are in top. So, say goodbye to 1Rax.
If Luna buys back, then this BKB is never going to arrive. It already feels like the game, but here comes the buyback. They need to find a kill. The arrow will connect over one of the Meepo is the Bramble, trying to cause some problems. And the Lucent Bean, Arbed protects himself, and the Cold Embrace. They haven't found the damage. They can't kill Arbed. You're having diebacks coming in, and GG. It gets called 23 minutes in. And 1437 from Tiger says, you know what, enough is enough. We missed the window, Fnatic hit the window.
They made the best of what I'd say their 1.3% chance of winning that game was. Yeah. But you could see, once you're in a position of power as the Meepo lineup,